Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jared Powley's Fragrance Reviews. Tonight we're going to be looking at a fragrance from the house of Davidoff. This fragrance is known as Davidoff Champion, which came out in 2010, and this is an EDT eau de toilette concentration, and this is classified as a woody aromatic scent. So overall, this is a decent fragrance, but what makes it good or very good is its price. It is a very economical scent. It is not expensive at all, but there's nothing earth-shattering or groundbreaking about this fragrance except that it is solid. It's definitely on the conservative side. It's wearable, but for me, it leans a little too much in the synthetic direction. So this is a tart, sweet citrus, which has some soft, pleasant floral vibes. But I find the ending to become maybe a little bit too sour. So for a guy like me, I live in a cold climate. I would wear it in the winter time, and where I also live, it becomes very hot in the summer. So there's a great difference in temperatures. Right now we're in the 30s. I would never wear this fragrance when it is very hot, because if you start to perspire, the fragrance may take on a little too funky of a smell. So the bottle, this is a very famous bottle. It's shaped like a dumbbell. Some people find it tacky. I have no problem with it. It's all right. So I'm giving this a spray in the back of my wrist. It's about a 3/4 sprayer. So initially, there's a very pleasant fizzy citrus. It's a little sweet, but not too sweet. And it's not a synthetic sweet like an ambroxan. It's a natural sweetness. It starts to smooth out, then it becomes a little bit tart. So it's a good initial spray. As it starts to dry down, you get these soft, sweet floral notes, but only a hint of them. They mix and blend nicely with the citrus, and the background note, a background note of kind of a bitter herb, starts to integrate into the fragrance. So at this point, the fragrance, I would say, is very, very good. But then at the end, the final act, there is a timber note, a woody note. It's still pleasant, sweet. It still has this floral composition. But then all of a sudden, the floral notes start to fade. And even the woodiness starts to fade, and the fragrance takes on this little bit of a sour note to it, a pungent note, which I am not too excited about. So I would say this is something you would have to reapply during the day. But because of the breakdown of this fragrance, I think I would be careful of reapplying, because some fragrances, when you spray and you dry down, you keep spraying on top, it actually makes them smell worse. So reapplying does not always work with all fragrance. It almost seems to suffocate the skin, where you have one layer that's not starting to smell that great, so you put on another layer and it makes it worse. I think some fragrances are more opaque when you spray them, that you don't want to keep spraying them on top. But if they're more transparent, I think you can do it. That's why some fragrances are okay to layer with and others are not. This is a very simple note breakdown. So the top notes are bergamot and lemon. The mid notes are clary sage and galbanum. The base notes are oak moss and cedar. So who could wear this fragrance? I would say a guy in his teens. If he's looking for a bargain fragrance, which this definitely is, this is something you can put your hands on. Or if you're a guy that wants a fragrance but you don't want to spend $200-300, this may be for you. But again, always try before you buy. And when you try a fragrance, always wait about 4 hours, because that's what you're going to get. 3 or 4 hours into the fragrance, that's going to be the final dry down. And that's what you're going to have to live with. And a lot of times, people like the initial spray, but they don't like the final dry down. This is an average performer. You get about 2 to 3 hours. You need to reapply. But again, I caution in the reapplying, because it may take on a funky smell. This is I would say, an attractive scent, but it's not a sexy scent. So I don't think the women are going to be jumping at you or anything when you wear it. But overall, I say it's a decent fragrance that has great value, and it may be for you. And I think that a fragrance like this doesn't play that well off my body temperature because I run fairly hot. I live in an environment where, like I say, it's cold, but I still end up, perspiring a little bit. That's the way my body works. And the fragrance, I don't think works as well off a hotter body, somebody that is perspiring a lot. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. Any comments or questions you have, leave them down below, and I'll always get back to you. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.